Today, we're going to be talking about if Boulder, Colorado lives up to the hype. Boulder is frequently named as one of the top cities in the entire nation to live. A lot of press, a lot of publicity around how great Boulder is. Today, we're going to be talking about a few pros and a few cons of why Boulder is, or maybe isn't, the place to be. Really excited to share this one with you guys. Stay tuned. All right, so as I said, today is going to be all about if Boulder, Colorado lives up to the hype. Whether or not you've seen, on magazines and different publications, Boulder is a very frequent finalist, in some cases at the #1 spot of the best places in the nation to live. So today we're going to talk all about that. I'm going to share with you guys what I personally think are what makes Boulder so special, and also what might cause some people to look for other places in Colorado to make their new home. But before we get started, guys, as always, my name is Adam Lang. I'm a licensed realtor here in Denver, Colorado. Love making videos just like this one you're about to watch, but what I really enjoy is just connecting with viewers like yourselves, people that might be considering moving here to the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. So phone number, email, all that info is down below. Feel free to reach out. Even if you're not seriously considering moving at the current time, I would love to still connect with you. Guarantee I have a few different ways I could provide value for you. So just reach out. We'd love to connect. And one last plug, please don't forget, hit that like and that subscribe button. That way you guys are the first to be notified every single week when I release new videos about all different aspects of living here in Denver, Colorado. All right, enough about that. Let's get started. Again, talking all about Boulder, Colorado today and whether or not it lives up to the hype. Let's go. All right, so we're going to start with something positive. My first pro of why I truly think that Boulder is definitely deserving of being considered one of the best places in the entire nation to call home is going to be the education. So when I talk about education, I want to talk about two things. First off, I'm sure most of you are probably aware that, Boulder is home of the University of Colorado at Boulder. Go Buffs. In fact, I'm actually a CU alumni. Graduated from there in 2005 in the School of Business Marketing major. And I loved my experience in Boulder. I went there for 4 years and just had an incredible time in my life. One of my favorite moments to date of just, being just in town in Boulder, right on the hill, University Hill for a year, as well as I actually studied abroad for a year. So a lot of great memories of Boulder. And I'll share more of that with you guys in this video and also in future videos when I talk more about this part of Boulder, Colorado. So when we talk about education, first part though is going to be just that university aspect, but also just the quality of education with the school district. So, in a lot of different publications, one that I frequently use, it's an online website. It's called niche.com. They always rank, the different schools and just talk through all different reasons why or why not schools are at the top of the list. But as a pretty much consistent across the board, always going to be seeing Boulder as, in a lot of cases, the #1 spot for school districts in all of Denver. So the Boulder School District is rated very, very high, great schools in Boulder. And I'll also add to that because of being such great schools, that also affects property values. I was actually sharing a different part of Boulder, but also Erie, Colorado. So just a little bit southeast of where we're talking about today in the actual city of Boulder. There's actually an area that within 1 or so miles of this Lennar Homes, it's a new construction home builder. They had some construction in the Boulder County, but also just right next door in Erie. And there was almost $100,000 difference in the value of these homes that they were building, just pretty much based off of the school district. So just to put into some perspective for you on just how important and how valued a good education system is, and especially for families that have younger kiddos that are going up from elementary to middle to high school, getting in at an early age into this good school district is very, very important for them. So if that might be you or not, if you're just, curious about school districts and just what makes Boulder school districts so, always at the top of the list, check out niche.com. You'll get some good value out of that website. But again, one last thing on the university. The university also just brings so much liveliness and vitality into the city of Boulder. So I think that's one of my favorite aspects of Boulder is just how this university is so closely intertwined with the rest of the community. And that goes down to, the types of restaurants, the different types of social events with, different concerts and even the sporting events. Our football team got a ton of press this past year In fact, the number of applicants to come to the University of Colorado went up 60% just over the previous year, just from that hype that surrounded our new coach, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime. It just our students finally getting a little bit more excited and backing the football program. And, who knows what's to come from there. I think we're going to continue to get better and better. And football and just the athletic programs at CU Boulder are going to continue to get better and really bring even more excitement to the city. So stay tuned on that. I'm excited to see what else transpires over the years to come. All right, so we talked about my first pro of Boulder, and that's, again, going into that education system and just the University of Colorado, but also the school district, Boulder School District. The first con I want to bring up is really just going to be the lack of diversity when it comes to the job and just the employment market. So Boulder is very much a niche type city, a niche community where it is so heavily reliant on education. So a lot of the employment opportunities are going to be with the University of Colorado at Boulder. However, it's also going to be very heavily reliant on the outdoor recreation industry. Lots of very well-known bike brands, skiing, snowboarding brands, outdoor apparel brands. A lot of these companies have chosen to make Boulder their hub, their home base. So that would be another very common job opportunity for people. So in addition to employment opportunities through just the outdoor recreation industry, as well as the education industry with the University of Colorado, the other one is going to be tech. So Boulder definitely breeds a lot of very popular tech companies. And that's going to be really the third driving force when it comes to employment opportunities. So outside of tech, outdoor activities, outdoor brands, and also just the University of Colorado, there really isn't a whole lot of other opportunities. There are going to be a few here and there, but that is going to be one thing that a lot of people choose not to live in Boulder. And that's why it's my first con for today, is just talking about just how there really are limited opportunities for work if you're not somebody that has your foot in the door with one of those. So if you guys are just, looking for jobs that maybe are a little bit more standard, looking for just jobs that aren't so specific, like I mentioned, you might have a little bit harder time in Boulder. So just keep that in mind. I would say definitely do your homework, maybe try and find an employment opportunity for you or your family ahead of time before landing on Boulder, because that has been a challenge for a lot of people in the past. Pausing the video for 2 seconds. As you guys know, my name is Adam Lang. I'm a licensed realtor here in Denver, Colorado. I love making videos just like this, but what I enjoy even more is just connecting with viewers like yourselves, hopefully finding a few different ways that I can provide value. Whether you're moving now, 6 months from now, or even 2 years, I would still love the opportunity to connect with you. So my phone number, my email, all that info is down below. Please reach out. And one last thing, I have a completely free 32-page buyer's guide. It goes through everything you need to know about buying a home in Denver, Colorado. We'd love for you to get a free copy of it. There's a link down below. Just click that and I'll send it over to you. But for now, let's get back to the rest of the video. All right, so then I'm going to also share with you guys my second reason why I definitely think Boulder does live up to the hype. And this is speaking to people that are, very passionate, very specific, and people that are very valuing the outdoor lifestyle. What I mean by that is just the sustainability and just people that are very environmentally conscious. So if that's you, Boulder is pretty hard to beat. It is a very progressive town that is continuing to be more and more, in my opinion. If you're somebody that just really values the environment, really values that progressive type lifestyle, you're going to find a lot of like-minded people in Boulder. And that's one of the reasons why I think it is always at the top of the list, especially with these publications like Outside Magazine and different places that are also that similar tribe of people that are heavily valuing the environment and that outdoor lifestyle. A few examples of this is going to be, the public transportation is a huge backbone of Boulder, as well as just how much they value recycling and renewable energy and just everything else that goes around the environment and being sustainable. You'll also notice a ton of trails, a ton of people that are actually choosing to not drive cars and just relying on their own 2 feet, riding their bike to work and even just walking to work. You're going to see people even wearing different outfits so they can run to work and then they change at work before starting their day. Workplace in Boulder are very common to embrace this and really build their businesses around honoring people that are taking up this type of lifestyle. What I mean by that is you'll find a lot of businesses that have their own little locker rooms, showers, really, enabling their employees to have that type of transportation on a daily basis where they can get their workout in coming to work and then change and then even change back into their gear and ride home at the end of the day and get another little workout in. So stuff like this just it really doesn't exist in a lot of the other parts of Denver, but in Boulder, if that's you, if you're somebody that really values this active lifestyle and environmentally friendly type community, I can't think of a better place for you than Boulder, Colorado. All right. And then for my second reason why a lot of people might choose not to have Boulder as their first choice for their new home, moving here to Colorado, is going to be the transient population. And this is one that is a little bit different, probably something that maybe you haven't heard as often, maybe watching other videos about Boulder or just doing your own research. And I have some personal experience with this that I want to share. So, Boulder is such an incredible place and it breeds an incredible community. However, a lot of people that move to Boulder have a very difficult, challenging time staying there and making a lifelong home in Boulder. It could be due to just the lack of employment opportunities. If you're not fitting into one of those industries that I had mentioned earlier, tech, outdoor recreation type positions, and then also just the University of Colorado, just the education backbone of Boulder. If none of those really fit what you're trying to achieve with your career, it is tough. There's not a ton of other opportunities out there, and a lot of people give it a go for a few years, but inevitably end up moving somewhere else. And that also has to do with just the cost of living. So, Boulder being one of the most expensive places to live in Denver, a lot of people give it a go and just realize that, after a few years, they're just not able to save any money at all. And they just get to the point where they realize, what, I need to move somewhere maybe to a little bit closer to Denver and still come up to Boulder on a frequent basis, but just make their actual home somewhere that's a little bit more affordable. So it is definitely a con for a lot of people, just the fact that there is this transient community. So if you're somebody that really values lifelong friendships and just really want to build that friendship base and have people that you're, kind of going through life with, you're going to be a little bit frustrated at times because, Boulder is, I like to compare it to a ski town. I grew up in Denver in the kind of Wheat Ridge Golden area, the western side of town. So I came up to Boulder very frequently throughout my entire life, but I look at it almost like a ski area. So I lived up in Aspen for about 15 years and I had a very hard time with the transient community up there. And when I say transient, I just mean people that aren't there for the long haul, people that move, they have a great time there for a few years and then they leave. And, with Boulder, in addition to just people giving it a go with their careers and trying to make, a life there after college or just, in maybe their late 20s or 30s or 40s, in addition to all of that, also just the university itself, most people are, going to school for 4 years, maybe now it's closer to 5, but, pretty much a good majority of those people after college, after they graduate, they're out of there. So, for younger people that maybe you're somebody that's in your late 20s and you're still, socializing and just, going out and having fun with a lot of people that are maybe still in school, maybe in that earlier 20s age bracket, those people are for a lot of people, they're going to be leaving. They're going to be, going back to their home states or, chasing job opportunities once they graduate with that degree in hand. So just the transient community in Boulder is something that definitely exists. It exists in a lot of places. So as long as you're aware of it on the front end when you move there, you just kind of have that expectation, it's fine. But just be aware that Boulder definitely has a lot higher transient, just kind of turnover rate of people than other parts of the state. So, all right. So there you have it. Hope you guys got some value out of today. Just wanted to kind of scratch the surface on a few reasons why or why not people think Boulder is the bee's knees, the best city in all of America to live. As you can tell, there are some fantastic aspects of Boulder, and it's the reason why so many people choose to come from all over the country to live in Boulder, and I don't blame them. I mean, Boulder is a wonderful place to live. I have a very special place in Boulder, in my heart for Boulder, spending a little over 4 years living there. But I also wanted just to make sure I was very clear to my viewers just about some of the reasons why people also might choose to find a different part of Denver to consider moving to instead of Boulder. So you guys, hope you got some value out of that today. If you have any questions on any of this stuff, I would love the opportunity to connect with you. So my phone number, my email, all that info is down below. Even if you're not seriously considering moving today, tomorrow, even this year, no worries. I would love to still connect with you. So again, reach out. My phone number, my email, all that info is down below. What a lot of my good friends and just clients, people that I meet through my YouTube channel, what we do is we hop on a Zoom call for 30 minutes. I learn a little bit more about you. And I guarantee there's a few ways that I could provide value to you today, regardless if you're considering moving in the near future or not. So please reach out. And one last plug, please hit that like and that subscribe button. Every single week, I'm releasing new videos about different aspects of living in Colorado, coming from a 40-year Colorado native, And I want to make sure you guys are the first to receive every single video. So hit that like and the subscribe button. But for today, I'm signing off. Looking forward to sharing more about Denver and Boulder, just all the great things that we have available in the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado with you. So stay tuned for a great episode coming out again next week. But until then, I'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your week. Talk to you then. Bye.